All right, we're off for the second time. I'm off for the second time.
So what's 19.1?
90.1 is 15-minute AMRAP of 19 wall balls and 19 calorie row.
Pretty horrible.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting. You think, oh, it's simple, but yeah, it's simple, it's straightforward, but it's rough. It really kills the legs. Not so much a heavy breather. I mean, I at the end started breathing quite heavy because you're constantly looking up and it closes your airway, so that gets to be annoying.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not really lungy unless you go balls out on the row. I
just found that like you get tired, especially with the wall balls, as just not wanting to pick the ball up again.
Yeah.
And do it. So you
were just before we realised that I hadn't started the mic. I asked you what which part you found the worst. The wall balls.
The wall balls, I would say. There's James's butt. Hello, James' butt. The wall balls by miles, because I can't do like a high number. I can't do loads of them in a row, and I've not been able to do. Stop tapping my foot. I've not been able to do wall balls because of my hip and then my hand. So this is the first time I've done them in like 6 months. So it was a sort of like, oh, and I'm pretty good at them. I'm very fluid. I just can't do very many of them.
Okay, so it's an endurance thing for you, not a
efficiency
necessary.
Like I did the first round unbroken and they were really good, and then I had to break them down to sort of 5s and 6 for the other rounds.
What were you pulling on the rower?
I was pulling about 800, 900 consistently.
Okay.
So I stayed above 800 just because all the girls were shouting at me, stay above 800. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I knew that I was better at the row and I could get my pace back on that.
Okay. So if you would, I'm definitely not redoing this, and you're not redoing it. But if you would redo it, would you change anything?
I'd just break down the wall balls straight away. I should have I think I would have done the first round 10 and 9, and then the other rounds more than that, like 7, 6, 6, or like I did towards the end, which was 5, 5, 5, 4. But really minimal rest in between.
Would it not be better to break it down from the start as 7, 6, 6?
Maybe,
because it's less rest, but it's only, if you think about it, it's only 1 rep extra.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't ever plan on doing it again, so.
Okay. Well, for me, they were equally terrible, to be honest. I can't really decide whether the row was worse or the wall ball was worse. Yeah. My quads, I felt them on both. My quads started cramping first on the rower.
Yeah.
Right at the full extension with your legs anyway. When you tense, to get that last bit of explosiveness out of your quads. That's where it started cramping, and you see that in round 8.
Yeah.
It didn't become a problem. I was able to relatively keep the pace I decided or was aiming for, but yeah, so I think both of them were pretty terrible. I didn't have a favorite. I feel like the wall balls obviously went a lot quicker, so I think I didn't mind them too much because you were
fast on them. I mean, you did all of them unbroken, so.
That
was the exact moment where you were like, I was like 19, and then you just got down. And I was like, no, stop there.
I was just counting. I just was going to go.
Yeah, I was just like, stop there now.
Luckily, I realised I'm doing number 20 now, so I stopped.
Yeah. I think it's one where, like, the first bit went quite fast, and then I don't know, the last 5 minutes for me really dragged. The last minute really dragged because I knew I wanted to finish the wall balls. I was on rounds going into 6, so I completed 5.
Yeah.
And the wall balls, I was breaking them down into like 4s, And I kept looking at the time, like, I heard someone go, 90 seconds. I was like, I'll just, like, try and finish the wall balls.
And then you heard someone 90 seconds later screaming, 90 seconds.
Yeah, and then, like, it felt like 90 seconds had passed, and then I heard 1 minute, and I was like, huh? What? And at that point, it was sort of singles with the wall balls just to finish them because everyone was screaming at me. And then it was a mad rush, and then the last 30 seconds was on the row going absolutely hell for leather to get as many calories as I could.
Hell for leather, I like that saying.
Yeah, and that was, it was because when I did it, it was just me and then Jamie, who's blind, who did it. So everyone was gathering around both of us and cheering us on.
Were you next to each other?
We were sort of next to each other.
Okay.
He was next to the wall. So everyone was cheering on, so it was really sort of like, I just completely blacked out everyone. I had no idea who was around me.
Yeah.
Only that I could hear Tara's voice every time I put the wall ball down. She would count 3, 2, 1, and then I'd have to go again. And every time she did that, I did it because she was otherwise going to scream at me. So it was not worth Tara screaming at me. But it was good because it meant my rest was really minimal.
Yeah. Did you tighten your straps every time?
A little bit, yeah.
Did you see what I did?
Yeah, you knotted it so that
Yeah,
it's
so I
easier
measured
to
it basically 2, 3 fingers, a little bit more than 2 fingers. And then just knotted it so I can push it in easily and not have to tighten it at all. It's tight enough to not slip out as I'm rowing.
Yeah.
Because it really doesn't need to be that tight if you think about it.
No,
it only needs to be tight enough to keep you from pushing yourself all the way to the back of the rower. And
I think that the setup was good with the rower next to the wall ball. It's really efficient. You could get in and out very quickly. But yeah, I remember bits and pieces. Like, I don't know if other people have the same thing, where you don't remember stuff. So I remember all the girls behind me talking about the brownies that Sue had brought in that were amazing, and I really, really wanted to turn around and be like, "Stop talking about brownies." And so that was pretty distracting. And then all I remember is I think there was one point where I was resting quite long on a wall ball, like a few more seconds than usual, and Joe Sims just leant in and said to me, if Jamie the blind guy can do this, then move. And I was like,
trust Joe to say something like that.
So I literally had to pick up that wall ball and get moving. I think that was in that last minute where I had like 4 left, and she, like, Joe's usually just like, go on, you can do it, but she was pretty harsh. She was like, move.
James Butt again.
And yeah, but one girl that did amazing, so Amanda, who's with the ponytail and the rig,
with a pink and black.
Yeah, pink and black. She just absolutely smashed it. She was, as she said, tired, and she got into the 7th round.
What do you mean she was tired?
She was like, because she's been away. Yeah, she's been away. She had jet lag, and she was like,
tired during the workout. Well, that's
she was like, I really was tired beforehand, and I really didn't do as well as I wanted, and I was just like, you pretty much got the top score in pie. And she was pulling like 1,000 calories on every row.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
It was amazing.
I mean,
so it was.
there was points where I really had to pull to get above 1,000 calories.
Yeah, I know.
Especially
I was like,
around 8.
I think I was shouting at you at that point to be like, you need to be pulling harder, move. Yeah, there was a lot of.
I have no idea what I ran on now.
No, but there was just a lot of blacking out and not remembering things.
Yeah.
But also, I remember being like, I really want to quit, or I can't do this, and like, I just can't do it. And you just keep going. With this, you just got to pick up that wall ball and go. Even if it's just a couple of reps. I mean, by the last round, I think I was doing like 1s, just because I was.
So the thing that I focused on with picking up the wall ball and going straight on, I just, instead of trying to focus on I need to pick up the wall ball and I need to get on the rower, I literally, you can see the lines on the floor. I just told myself, toes to the bar or toes to the floor, pick up the wall ball. I didn't care. I didn't think or talk to myself in the sense of, come on, you've got to pick up the wall ball, pick up the wall.
Yeah, just go.
I made sure my toes are on the line, and that way I think about something else. And with the row, I just thought about make sure my feet go in properly, because if you don't, if you step on the strap, you have to pull out the strap first. It just wastes time. Instead of thinking about how tired I am while sat on the rower, however, I had a ball of a time thinking about how tired I am.
Yeah, I think what this workout was good for me is that my body wasn't like completely exhausted. I think it was a mental struggle. I found it mentally really difficult because it's a long workout, it's a lot of reps, and I had a target, and I did a lot better than I thought I would. But I think I could have played it better. I could have paced it a lot better.
In what sense? What do you mean?
I think I just could have should have stuck with my strategy.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll admit that I messed up. I blame Jilly. But as she said to me, never listen to a Northerner. But it doesn't matter. Wise. It's a bit fun. It was really good atmosphere to have everyone around there.
No rep there.
All the dogs, cheering you on. all the dogs were around me. I had dogs everywhere. They were all sat next to you on the rower, and I was like, oh my goodness, there's dogs everywhere.
Have you seen the post from Noah Olsen saying that the best way to finish a WOD is with, what's his dog again?
Max? Is it his
dog, but
Max?
there's another one as well.
Oh.
Retrievers, with retrievers around him.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's just on the floor with the 2 retrievers close around him.
Well, when I finished, I dramatically slumped out of the rower and then crawled across the floor. It was all rather dramatic, slightly for
You were
effect,
able to crawl. I just laid there.
I was really dead for about a good minute or so.
I struggled to get my right foot on.
Partly because someone needed the rower. Someone needed to go.
I didn't have that motivation.
And I was like, I need to move because, hey, James's butt. I just needed to move. But yeah, it was pretty. I think this is we're getting into your final round or so.
Yeah, we're about 12 minutes now. So
you started to pull at like 700, and I was like, "This is pathetic." In my head, I was like, "This is pathetic. You need to move." So
should have just said
that. Yeah.
This is when my legs started cramping. I'm trying not to straighten them anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. My legs didn't really. My legs feel fine. Like this is the next day, and mine feel. Don't feel. Lots of people have said they're really sore. And I felt fine.
I'm sore now, but I've got that little bit of my right quad is tighter than my left.
My lower back's a little bit sore, but nothing major.
Yeah,
I've had worse stomachs than this.
My back's sore from all the bending over from building the new additions for the gym. I'll show you guys afterwards.
But I think we're done talking. You're getting towards
2 minutes left, almost 2:20 right about now.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the time on the camera.
Oh yeah, that will give you.
You guys will have a clock, but I can't see it. There's no clock right now, so there's no way really for us to tell.
From the judging side, it's really boring.
Yeah.
Especially the rowing bit. You're like, what can I say? Except keep at that pace. You just have to shout at people to keep at the pace they're at.
Yeah, you were great. You counted loud with the wall balls apart from the first round. The first round, I literally I counted myself. Yeah. So I was like, was that 19? And I sort of looked at you, and you said something.
Yeah, pretty good on the row.
Yeah, something like that. So.
But.
Yeah, and then from there on, you were fine. And then the row, you kept telling me to move, kept keeping me to keep the pace.
Well, yeah, I wanted you to keep
it
at the 1,200.
Yeah, it's just I remember the first 4 calories, I just couldn't pull it up there. Yeah. I think it's just my quads being tired from the wall balls, and I mean you have to speed up. Your rower speeds up as you keep pulling, so it's just that little bit to start with. But I mean, it took me 4 calories to get up to 1,000.
Yeah, I found the row slow, even though my calorie pull was fine. It was where I wanted it to be. It just felt like it was not usually. I feel like calories are tick over quite fast for me, but in this I don't know, it's because I think you're staring at it. This is your last round of wall balls, but see how consistent that was a bit.
I tried really hard to aim for the same spot on the wall ball target. Try not to push to throw too hard.
I found it hard to get it up there.
Yeah, it's just I mean, the higher you throw it, the more energy you use, obviously.
Yeah.
And I tried that's borderline no rep there.
No, you're fine.
But I try to keep it, just below the again faster writing stuff.
Yeah.
Just to keep it more efficient.
I couldn't even read that.
But again faster, I just know it's again
fast.
it's again faster.
The lights is what blinded me as well.
Yeah, this to me was like...
I was like,
mine's not above, mine's not below
I had this light right in my face, which made it quite tricky. And
that last bit, I legitimately felt like I was dreaming. Like, when you dream and someone's chasing you and you're running or you're punching
see how
someone.
Excited I am. And then congratulating you.
I was like, I'm seeing 5 hands, which one do I go for?
Yeah. Happy Anna.
I don't know why I was thinking of turning on my side there. Actually, what I wanted to do was tell you to get the camera and show my face, but I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything.
Here I am trying to do maths. Really struggling with maths here.
Here I am trying to breathe.
I'm like, what's this? +9? What? See? I'm like, I'm not sure. And then I was like, maybe I'll ask Liam. No, he's dying. I can figure this out. What is... There I am, looking again, trying to figure this out.
Why don't you just get the calculator from the phone?
Oh, didn't think about that.
It's funny
I'm like, maths is... I think I got it. I'm still trying to... Yeah, this is my... I think I've got that right. I don't know. And then I think I come over and say, oh, there's my butt. I'm like, I need you to figure this out because I'm not sure.
No, you're
not very good at maths.
You're fine. You just said just double check it, but it was correct anyway.
There's my butt.
Nice.
Okay. Should we finish with the commentary?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're done.
If you guys enjoyed that,
the camera in a minute.
Yeah. If you guys enjoy that, just let us know. We'll maybe do some more of this. I don't know.
For the other opens.
We'll probably do this for all the open workouts.
Yeah. I like it.
It's a good way to reflect on what you do, and also, I mean, we tend to do a workout and I'm literally dying. And if you do this, you get an opportunity to actually rewatch your workout and learn from that workout more than you would if you just remember the workout.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to remember stuff.
I'm glad no one filmed mine, to be honest. It's gonna be messy.
So you're still there.
Okay.
Yeah, you can pause the laptop. I just wanna. So I've actually done some updates to the gym. I've made scheisse. I've made a weight rack thingy, and I've changed the little. What do you call it? What am I thinking? What am I trying to say?
I don't know. I'm gonna go start dinner.
Okay. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
I got some pictures up there of
his favourite ladies.
All my favourite ladies and gentlemen, and I actually got that for Christmas. That I finally put up. I'm not quite happy with where it is. I was thinking once I've got the squat rack built, I want to put it right there between the squat rack, and then this. So behind this is actually our handstand push-up place. But obviously, take the green screen off, and then take the green screen off, and that'll be our handstand push-up place once my shoulder's good. So hope you guys enjoy that. Please like and subscribe. Mention something in the comments if you have something to say. If you enjoy the green screen thing, please let us know and we'll maybe do that more often. Hope you guys have a great weekend. If you are redoing the open workout, or if you haven't done it yet, good luck. And my tip would be start slower than you think you should. My plan was actually to go about 1400 calories an hour. If I would have done that, I would have died. I would have done the first 2-3 rounds and tanked. So friends of mine suggested do 1200, stuck to that, and it worked. I was able to keep the pace. It was hard, especially at the end. I really had to push hard to keep the pace, but it was great, and really surprised myself with that. So good luck, smash that, and we'll see you in the rest of the open. See ya.